Hey Storm fans, Bryant here, and we're playing a Legacy Challenge today with the Epic Storm. And in front of you is the Epic Storm version 10.8. So I've been trying a lot of things over the last few weeks trying to figure out how to beat Mindbreak, but also how to beat Rug. And I tested Thoughtseize in the main, and it was fine. But I felt like the deck was struggling a little bit, even with the Thoughtseizes. I went back to Defense Grid, and my win percentage automatically went way back up. I think what it comes down to is our deck is built to abuse Echo of Aeons and Metalcraft, and Defense Grid does that. Thoughtseize doesn't really do that. It can hit a Mind Break every once in a while, but is that really what you want to be doing? I don't know. I think there's more ways of playing around Mind Break than we were doing previously, like leaving in Defense Grid against decks that we know that have Mind Break, for example. Um, yeah, or like not casting your important spell until the second spell and don't play into Mind Break, things like that. So we're back to Defense Grid. This is the stock main deck from like 10.2, which is the list that's on the front page of the site. You'll notice there's no change between 10.8 and 10.2. None at all. The only change is the sideboard. So we're seeing 4 copies of Carpet of Flowers. Rug by far is the most popular deck in Legacy. According to my spreadsheet, it doubles the second place deck. So this is just the last 30 days. But Rug Delver, that can't be right. Oh, here it is, 61. I was looking at Bug. 61. I guess Goblins is 33 because I faced it twice yesterday. But that's the second most popular deck. Like, Rug is literally double. So if we're trying to win, we should be looking to beat the top dog, right? Why are we only running 3 copies of Carpet then? Because Carpet's the best card in the matchup, and the games where you draw Carpet, your win percentage goes way up. So it seems foolish to not run 4. Also, Defense Grid is just a house against Rug, so we've codenamed this deck list the Rug Killer, somewhat as a joke, but honestly, our win percentage against Rug has been very good with this. So we're joking around, we're calling it the Rug Killer, but this is the Epic Storm 10.8. 2 Defense Grid, 4 Carpet. There's no Crash or Echoing Truth. We're just running 2 and 2, 4 thoughts, or the 1 Thoughtseize in the board. So it's pretty stock for the most part. It is 10.2, just with some slight adjustments. We're not running these answer cards, and instead we're just running 2 more Carpets. It's the only difference between 10.8 and 10.2. It looks like we have about 40 seconds. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the YouTube comments. But in the meantime, during those 40 seconds, check out theepicstorm.com/shop to show your support for this legacy content. Pick up a cool Storm 20 baseball tee. It's personally my favorite item in the shop. Or a Black Belcher tee, playmats, pint glasses, pens, stickers, card singles. We've got it all. Theepicstorm.com/shop. Alright, round number 1. We are on the draw against Misplacedginger. We've opened up no land, so sadly we're going to have to ship this. This is pretty good. Probably bottom a pedal here. I'm pretty sure our opponent's on Delver, by the way. Their last published list was a Rogue Delver list. So resolving this defense grid will be key, but we're also still needing a bit of mana and a tutor effect. And there's the Volk and a Ponder. Honestly, something like Mox Hope would be a great draw here. Burning Wish is also very good. Can't complain with that. These are all terrific. Preordain, okay. So Preordain is in some of these Delver lists now. It could be Sneak and Show, but I'm still putting my bets on Delver. And it looks like our opponent missed their second land drop, which makes me not want to fetch away this Claw. So I think I might wait a turn. And there's Wasteland. Dread Horde, okay. So we know that we're drawing the Claw. I think I'm actually going to fetch it away. Hopefully we draw a Veil. Another land isn't the worst. So if this defense grid were to resolve, we have an interesting choice between Empty for 12 or Echo. Our opponent kept a hand that missed their second land drop, so I'm willing to bet that they have a force. Okay, we'll pay for that. Okay, so they have a land and then 3 unknowns. That moved pretty quickly, so I'm hoping this Burning Wish resolves. And that'll be 16. I like doing for blue so that maybe our opponent thinks we're just going to Echo. And then we can hit them with the Warrens. I think you're supposed to chain me, to be honest, but you're not going to deal 18 in 2 turns, so... So we got game one with Alex McKinley's favorite card, Empty the Warrens. Alex recently wrote an article about how he thinks MP might not be the best card anymore. I still like it as a one of. So does Alex. We're both running one. But his article is about how diminishing returns the diminishing returns of Empty the Warrens over the last few years. Its playability has certainly gone down. It went from a main deck staple for a decade to a card that is a one of in the board, where we used to run 4 in the 75. Alright, so against these decks, we're boarding out 4 rights for 4 carpets. Carpet's just the green Rite of Flame, you know. And then 2 Abrupt Decays. They answer Dread Hordes, Delvers, No Rods, Oops, whatever. So that's how we're boarding. And if you want more of this legacy content, please, please, please follow our social channels. Okay, so we're on the draw. I don't think this hand is very good. It's just a little clunky. We're going to ship this. Much better. Bottom this Mox. This hand is considerably better than the first, even without a cantrip. If we drew a Burning Wish, I would honestly consider just turn 1 emptying for whatever. And there's the Delver. Come on, Burning Wish. Alright, Delver's coming in. We're going to 19. And there's the Goyf. Come on, deck. Give me an action spell. Lines Out Diamond is not an action spell, you jerk. Reveals Force and Negation. That's not good. Okay. So we have plenty of mana. We need something to do with it. Wow, that's pretty good. That means that they chose to cast Goyf before Null Rod last turn, which is wild. And we're a turn too late. Alright. That was unfortunate. On the play, though. Good hand. Hopefully we get to make some good pulling the carpet from out under the rug jokes, because we have carpets in their rug, if you needed that joke explained to you. So we're going to fetch up Tropical here and cast a carpet. Alright, and our opponent went F6, so they clearly don't have a force in their hand quite yet. Alright, so no Delver on turn 1 is a good sign. Did not shuffle. Another land is not ideal. We might just like fetch here, get a land out of the deck. Some people say thinning doesn't matter, but I don't know. It's not like we need the extra shuffle effects with our hand. I'd rather just not draw whatever land we fetch for. Sure. Go get the basic swamp. Alright, so flooding out a tiny bit. Needs some spells. A brainstorm would be really good for us. Did not shuffle. Alright, so we're up to 6 mana now, 7 on our turn. Claw was good. And that is the force I prefer they use, so I will take that. And there's a Delver. And a Mandrill. So our opponent's tapping out. We can probably power through a Force of Will this turn. Alright, let's see if we can draw a Veil. Not quite. Please resolve. Oh, that resolved. Holy crap. So we drew not a great hand. We essentially drew everything we just shuffled away. So we need to hope that our opponent didn't draw into their 40 or 55% force or whatever the odds are. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, this is a disaster. I can't believe that was a really bad echo. Wow, that resolved. That's a little shocking. So we could go for the kill here. I think I'm just going to pass. Seems really risky to just go for the kill when we could be a little bit more patient. Alright, so we're still looking for protection on our turn. Alright, so we're going to 12. That was good. Force pitch days. And that resolved. So, in theory, we could tendrils here, but if they have stifle, it's an issue. So I'm not trying to showboat, but we're going to cast Pier. So that way we can play a defense grid. And I should fetch. Now we're going to go to 5, I think. Yep. And now we can beat a stifle. Alright, so we got round number 1. That was a cool game. We cast Echo, Burning Wish for Pier. We could have cast Ad Nauseam as a backup. It was pretty interesting. But once again, we're 1-0. Stay tuned for round number 2.